Okay. Let's see, okay, cool. I think it's working fine. I think it's working fine. Yeah, you see? Okay, right. Okay, so you close the window first, otherwise there'll be a feedback loop.
Close this, right?
I close this.
Okay.
Yeah. So then the other one is the screen. When you share the screen, right? Sorry, not screen, the command prompt. This not the other one. On the other screen, there's a command prompt, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Okay. Anyway, it's okay. You can just close. Just go to the other one. Yeah, this one is too small. So yeah, I write to property to increase the size.
I think the resolution is wrong, so let me change it.
I mean, you mean either way, lah. You change the resolution or the.
I don't know what resolution is.
No, it's okay, lah. I mean, can you just directly change the font size? Or up to you, lah. I mean, go for it.
Oh,
Slightly better.
you know, this is weird.
Maybe even bigger.
No.
I think changing the font size is probably.
Yeah,
Up to
change
you,
the
lah.
font size.
Okay, I think this is reasonable. Yeah. I think time type very long command can be a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger.
Fine, everything. Everyone happy, right? Right, that's good. Okay, cool. Then you can try the slides and everything, and then one more thing. Anyway, you can access a Slack online, right? Can you just send me the URL of the live again so that I can check with you?
So this.
You go to the Slack team. Basically, use a new browser.
Is this alright?
Just copy and paste the URLs. Okay. Then you send it to me using Slack or anything. Okay, I'll check for you. Right. Okay, so for the rest of you have another 5 to 10 minutes. You mean just rest a little bit. Anyway, we won't start at 10. I mean, students are a bit late, so usually. So we'll start about 5 minutes. 5 minutes later. I think there are some others hanging around the area. I think at least I saw four or five already. So I mean, it's not just one. Right? So just rest a bit. Okay, settle down and get ready.
Okay.
So we'll start about 5 minutes.
Have you ever used any of this before?
No. Yeah, it's not here.
I see. Okay. You're from which? Are you from computing?
No.
Wow.
Engineering.
Okay lah. Not hard, I think. Very unusual.
Is it an entry level? Should I be here?
This is okay lah. You probably can understand, but I don't know how useful it will be to you.
Are we supposed to send some key to you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, can I never said. I don't create.
It's okay. You can just. Actually, there's an alternative lah. You don't necessarily have to set anything.
So what exactly I was supposed to send to you? Public key. So what is the key? Like I generate this RSA key. I think I sent this to you.
Yeah.
Is this okay? Yeah.
Done.
So if I send then this done.
Let me try it.
Okay.
Let me find the IP address. I don't know what the IP address is. Okay. I'm going to read you the IP address. 128.199.163.
Like yes. Okay.
It's not each other. 1, 2, 3 was not it.
So weird. Oh no. I think this is like the one thing I didn't test, so. Yeah. Why? Something is not right. Oh, someone just sent me an RSA key. Oh, I'm in. Okay, great. So it does work. So it does work.
Really? Okay. Okay.
Where's your phone? Where's your private
Private key.
Maybe on Mac you have key or you want to. I don't know. Yeah, so I need to specify the key.
How do I specify the key?
Where's your key? I think it's. Let me check.
You see, it's not much like the original. It's much
Yeah, it's dash I. So where's your key?
This directory. Yeah.
No, it's like
This is rough.
no, it's
Okay, let me put it on. Let me put it in my desktop.
I think you're already in your.
So it's actually this directory. Yeah. Right? Yes.
Oh,
Banana 63 73.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna wait 5 more minutes.
我今天 action 不出来了，是用芯片是吧？你这 action 开芯片。
No, wait. You have then. Oh no. But you have feedback. Hey, those of you who are here, you can like try to access the server. Just put this into your terminal. That's the IP address, correct? So, and see if it works. If you can get in, then good. If you can't get in, then you let me know. It's for those of you who actually sent me the key, okay? So if you didn't send me the key, it's not gonna work at all.
If I'm using this, then I just directly here.
You're using what?
Oh, yeah.
I mean putty.
No, this.
This is putty lah.
Oh, what?
It's putty lah. I don't mean it's the text editor. Should be able to yes. Just put inside here.
I type all that stuff inside here.
Yeah. Where's your private key? No, the private one. The public key is the private key. It should be somewhere inside your this thing. I don't know where.
Oh, then what's the funny then?
Wait, I think you're inside the SSH. So basically, this is going to tell it to use that file. Did you send me the key?
I just like.
Oh, so you're that person. Okay, I haven't put it in yet. So. You guys on Mac. Tell your friends to do this. For some reason it doesn't.
I just sent the private key the morning.
This morning.
Yeah.
This morning I should have gotten it. What time you send?
I think around 8 a.m.
That might be too late. No, I think I remember your key. I did. It's from this computer, right? You sent me
Yeah,
from
yeah,
this computer, right? Yeah, I did put this in. I remember.
This one, right?
Yeah, perfect. I did put yours in. I'm not sure why it's not working. Okay, I'll try this later. I don't know. You can go and try to debug it. I don't know.
I try to connect, right? You say something about private key. When you do something to my private key, I think you
So
say to
where's
you
your?
yesterday.
No. You send me the public key. Where's your private key?
My private key is on my desktop. You need to.
Yes, you need to use that private key. Hey, wait, but you use PuTiGen, is it?
Yeah.
The wrong point. You can try it, but I did put it in, but I'm not sure it will work. It might be a different format. Yeah, I did realize that for those of you who are using PuTiGen, it's actually might be the wrong format. So.
Oh.
Okay, so you try using that private key first.
Who do I connect the private key?
I thought they just say it asked you for the private key.
No, they didn't ask me for private key. So they just say something about the public key. Then I enter root, then they'll say like invalid.
Okay lah, yeah, I think you might need to go and try to regenerate your key using the instructions.
But the instruction is the same one. It's using this. I generated yesterday night through the same thing.
Yeah, I know it's using that, but there is one option at the very end that is a bit different.
Oh, because you just press generate and they generate out the shit. Yeah. Then you have a low time, yeah. There's actually no options there. Other than to save the keys.
Seriously, this is good together.
Yes.
What the heck? Okay.
Then I enter my key phrase.
Okay. Can you go and check the Slack? Yeah, there's one option that allows you to. Yeah, I need to start soon. So
Oh yeah,
it's like
so
10
I
or
then
9.
do it on my own.
I think I'm going to start.
Yeah, I'll
So
read my own.
you try to, yeah. Okay, I'm going to start. So I'll solve your problem later during the break. Yeah. You sent me an email when? Yes. Yesterday night. Is it working? Do you try?
Yeah, result on every instruction.
Do you use PuTiGen or? That should be okay. Then yeah, do you try it? Have you tried it? The first one. Try the first one. Okay guys, so hello. Yeah, my name is Theodore. I'm actually a business analytics major. So are there any BAs here? Just wondering. No BAs. All of you are like CS or. Okay. Great. So anyway, yeah, I'm a BA. Not the biggest expert on this kind of thing, but okay lah. Hopefully I can teach you something today. Right, so today we're going to be covering deployment. Actually, you guys, in the context of your project, actually, you probably are still very far away from deployment. I know y'all are like, milestone 1 is like requirements, right? So you're at like step 1. Far away. You still have a long way to go. Anyway, yeah, mission controls are on now, so yeah, hopefully you will still remember what to do when you eventually get there. Right, so first thing, server access. That was what I needed all of you to get right first. So how many of you actually managed to get in? Okay. I know that for the guys on Mac, you actually have to specify like your private key. You have to specify which one it is. Like you have to put -I. There's a -I flag. So I mean, you're supposed to put this into your terminal. Yeah. You try this. The first one. Oh, another putty. So you're the other one. Okay. Go and do you regenerate the thing using the instructions? Yeah, because actually putty gen, I know that. Oh, it should work. Do you try it? Yeah. You realize all of you are all using different terminals.
This one?
Log in as root. Yeah. I'm expecting you all to use like bash or Windows or something. I also don't know. So I really don't know. You need to go and figure out like among the. Yeah, you try git bash. Yes. I think you need to. Oh, you're in.
Oh.
You're in. Yeah, you're in.
But then how come this one?
I don't know.
What's the difference actually?
I don't know what's wrong with putty. It should work, but I don't know. I never tried putty.
This is working, right?
Yeah, so I guess it. Okay, so git bash is working, guys. You just said it to me. You've been saying it. It's not gonna work so later on. Okay, yeah, so I hope you guys managed to get in. Is there any more problems? Later, you later.
Are we still logging or something?
Yes, you try root, but I think putty so far doesn't seem to be working, so.
We use bash,
Yeah, you try git bash, git bash probably. I mean I just saw git bash seems to be working, so try git bash.
You got it. You type in your password.
Okay, so you're in already, right? No, I thought you reached the password already.
Yeah, I reached the password.
Then you type your password, okay?
Yeah, I typed.
Do you remember your password back?
Yeah.
你在那里的听了没有？没有听到，完全没听。还是你的屁那边？没有。原来你买他不好像没有。我不是你刚才那，你要去一个房，一个房。他是搞 QB 的。
Okay, okay, I'm going to give you until like 10:20 to figure out how to get in. After that, we're moving on, okay?
And then I got access.
And then. No, enter your password.
I don't have a pass.
No password.
What is it? Yeah. So I have to generate.
But if they ask you for a password, no, if you didn't set a password, there should be no password. Which means that you set a password. If you don't set a password, it just goes in.
I'm very sure I didn't set a password.
You try regenerate and we can't do it. I don't know. I have to go figure this out. Yes. Yes, this one. If you do manage to get in, you should see that. So it should just be root at orbital server. Then, yeah.
After we send you the public key, we need to do anything about the private key.
Sorry?
Do we need to do anything about private key after we send you?
No. No, just leave it there. Yeah.
Can we see the IP again?
Okay, give me a moment. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Permission denied. Permission denied means
No, permission denied. If you send me your key, it means that you screwed up something. Yeah. So. Wow, there's still people sending me keys.
Yeah. If I use Sigwin to generate the private key will work, public key will work.
Sorry?
If I use Sigwin to generate it.
Sigwin. I mean, you generated the key, then I put it here. Then now you just need to use that your private key that came with the pair to access the server.
As in directly.
So what do I do with the private key? I don't need to do anything with it after you generate.
You shouldn't have to do anything with it. It should just work.
I said it again.
Hey, who's the one who just emailed me?
Just send you the public key.
I thought you sent me already.
I sent, but then it didn't work. So I generate another one with the bash. Last time I generate with Sigrid.
Oh, so you just generated another one?
Yeah, I think it must be okay with the shell or something.
It should work, but I mean, you have to resend me and then I have to put it in again. So later, okay? I'm going to move on right now. So, okay, guys, time's up. We're gonna move on. So, the next thing actually is you need to know how to copy files between your computer and server. So for those of you who managed to get it working, try to copy a file. Just copy any file. I don't know what file you want to copy. Just copy something. The command is up there. It's scp. So just give that a shot.
What if it says it's unprotected private key file?
Unprotected. It should be okay. It should work anyway. It just means that you didn't put a password. Whoa, I don't know why it's so nice for you. You try using the private key and then you put dash I. Yeah, you put you realize you have so much problem with this.
You realize also.
Try to regenerate. Okay. If you really cannot later during the break, take the lunch break. Okay, so did anyone manage to copy a file into the server? Okay, who is that? who put that out there? Nice. Okay, so you got it. So if you want to know, you gotta ask that guy.
Sending the
Hey, so when y'all manage to get a file in, or if y'all manage to get access to the server, just give me a heads up, okay? So I know what's going on. No, your one I haven't put yet. So your one you.
When you want to do it.
Yeah, I know already. This one? Sorry, this one. Let's share your public private key first. Because I realize it corresponds with the shell that you use. It's not a lot. It's really good.
Hey, who is Sinler? Your key is in the wrong format. You're on putty, is it? Yeah, it's the wrong format. You have to follow the instructions on Slack. Died. And who is Wisu? Wisu, who is Wisu? Yeah, your key is also in wrong format. Yes, okay. Yeah, I realized.
What I did was I just use the file explorer going on. Then use the file explorer. I go to the base screen. Yeah. I got SSH.
Okay, I'm going to move on. So for those of you who haven't got it yet, go ask your friends. Okay, we'll just skip this for now. I need to move on to some. Right now, I'm going to introduce you guys to this thing called Docker. So basically, when you're doing server deployment, right, usually there's a very high chance you are going to mess the server environment up. So nowadays we have some tools that make it easier for you. Have you ever used VMs, virtual machines? So Docker is a little bit like a VM, similar but not exactly the same thing. So okay. Yeah. So the reason why the guys who made Docker is because they want to make deployment a lot easier. So ideally, when you want to deploy your application, right, the easiest way is you want to have something like that. It's just Docker run my application done, right? But of course, when you actually deploy later on, you realize that yeah, even getting server access becomes very complicated. So yeah, it's not always this easy, but Docker brings it quite close. So yeah. So anyway, the problem usually with deployment always is you have a lot of these different kinds of software, different kinds of libraries. They all have different dependencies, and they all need to run on a large number of different kinds of computers. So you're developing on your own laptops. Eventually, you want to deploy it on some server. Eventually, you need to put it onto a production cluster, all kinds of things. Okay, so you need to deploy it across everywhere. And the problem with this is that on every single one of these infrastructure platforms, you need to figure out again how to install all of these different software, all the different dependencies, all the different like binaries and whatever, and it becomes basically it's a big mess that is deployment. So that's why I think deployment usually is not a very easy thing to do, but hopefully with Docker it makes it easier. Yeah, so basically what I just said is like for every single piece of software that you want to deploy on every single platform, you need to have a customized solution, which makes it very, very complicated. So the idea behind Docker actually it goes back to cargo transport. So if you think back to cargo transport, actually we have faced a similar kind of problem, but in the real world. The Docker is in the software world, right? In the real world, we have actually faced a similar kind of problem, which is when you're talking about trade and you're doing shipping, right? The problem here is that you have all of these different things that different people are trying to sell, different things that people are trying to trade. And every time you try to transport them, you need to figure out a new way. How are you going to stack these things? How are you going to transport these things? How are you going to move it around? And so in the same way, it's also very complicated. On every single one of your transportation platforms, be it, if you want to put it on a ship, you want to put it on a train, you want to put it on a truck, you need to figure out a new way to load these things onto that platform. So it's kind of like the same problem, but this is like analogous to real life. So the solution that they came up with was actually, the shipping container, which is basically you put everything into one big box. It has everything is inside. If that thing needs refrigeration, you even have a refrigerated container. So it's like dependencies included. And now you just need to take this box and make sure that this box can be transported across all of the different platforms. So you can put your box onto a container truck. You can load it onto a container ship, or all your cranes, as long as they can lift this box, that's done. Okay, so you solve the problem across everything at one shot. So that's basically what Docker is trying to achieve. Basically, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to make a box that you can put all of your software inside, and with all the dependencies, and you run it anywhere, and it just works. So that's the idea, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to be covering today. So yeah, just a slightly more technical explanation. Docker is actually based on Linux containers. So Docker itself did not develop the technology, but it's actually based on Linux containers, it became a feature of the Linux kernel somewhere back in 2008. And yeah, so basically Docker they built upon this technology, and it's sort of like the management platform where all the commands that you can easily use to manage all of your applications when you try to do deployment. Yeah, so just a summary. Basically, you want to handle all your dependencies. You don't want to be messing around with installing all kinds of different things on different platforms, and on every single platform you have to install again. You develop once on your laptop, and it runs on any computer, any server. And at the same time, you can keep your server environment tidy, because if you just want to get rid of this application, you already put everything in a box, you want to get rid of everything, you just delete the container and it's all gone. Yeah, so there's actually a Docker image repository. I'll cover this later on. There's a whole section on that. Okay, so sounds great, right? So how do we get started with Docker? There are two things that you need to know. It's quite similar to VMs actually. You basically have images, which is kind of like a snapshot. And then you also have containers, which is like the running instance. So the image, of course, you usually only have one of that. And from one image, you can start as many containers as you want. So you just instantiate as many containers as you want. So for example, if you are deploying some, I don't know, some backend software, you find that one instantiation is not enough, it's taking too much CPU or something. You just copy it as many times as you want. It's one of the uses of Docker. So, okay, so we're going to get started with some of the demos right now. First thing you have to know is Docker commands have a lot of flags. So if you thought the SSH one was bad, this is a lot worse. It's going to be, yeah, basically it has a lot of flags. The Docker run command is the probably going to be your most used command. Basically, the Docker run command does everything. It just basically takes your image and it runs the container for you and gets everything started. Okay, so first demo, how to host a simple website. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. So, okay, so now we're just gonna jump in and do that. So right now, let me show you the files first. Okay, so before this workshop, I actually went and downloaded like some simple website. Of course, ultimately in Orbital, your job is to write whatever this website or web app is supposed to be. But basically, yeah, I just downloaded some generic website. Okay, so this is currently on my computer. You see up here is index.html. Yeah, this is currently on my computer. So it's just a generic website. Now the question is, how are we going to take this and put it up on the internet so that everyone can see it? Very, very standard thing that I think all of you, especially the computing people, should know how to do. So, okay, so we're going to fire up the server. No, the rest of the stuff. Okay, so first thing we need to do is, do you all know what Nginx is? Nginx. Okay, so Nginx is basically this piece of software that hosts your website on the server. So you put it on the server when you go to your browser and you press, you type in your URL or whatever, you press enter. When it reaches the server has to handle that request, right? It has to handle that request. And that request is usually, for a website, is usually handled by some sort of web engine. Nginx is just one of them. There are some others that you can use as well. So in my case, I'm going to use Nginx. Yeah, so basically Nginx, this piece of software, right? It used to be that you had to deploy it directly onto your server. That means you go and install like apt-get nginx or whatever inside here. But now, since I'm going to be using Docker, I'm going to basically pull the Docker container from a repository somewhere, and it's going to contain Nginx. And then we're going to attach it to a website so that when you use your browser and you send a GET request to the server, this piece of software is going to respond and it's going to serve up your website. So it's going to reply with your index.html and whatever. Okay. So that's just the idea of what's going to happen. So let's do that. Command is actually that. Okay, so later on, if you want to try this yourself, it's in the slide switch. I'll put somewhere. Like I said, there's a lot of flags. Okay, so let me just run over like what this command actually does, okay? Okay, so the name here, right? That's just the name of the container. So you can just be quite simple, quite self-explanatory. Dash P is actually going to be for the port. Do you know what ports are? You guys know what ports are? Okay, so basically when you how do I explain this? Basically, each one of your computers, right, on the network interface, there are you can establish like a number of different connections, and each one of them is going to go through in this thing called is a port. In that sense, so it's like a connection point. And on every single one of your network interfaces, you always have exactly 65,536 of them. It's 2 to the power or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So yeah, 65536. Yeah. So you have port 0 all the way to 65536. You can use any one of them. It doesn't matter. Any number is fine. You can just randomize it. But yeah. Here you see that I'm using port 1234. So later on, when I try to go to this website from the browser, right, I use port 1234. I know that you guys normally, when you go to a website, you're thinking, well, it's www.something.com, right? It turns out you can actually also, you go to your browser and you type in your the IP address. It will also send a GET request. So when you put in the www.something.com, basically what that is doing is it makes a request to another server somewhere. It's called a DNS server. And this DNS server is going to convert it into the IP address. So it's basically the same thing, okay? So in this case, I'm not going to do the whole domain name thing. So you're not going to see www.something.com, but that part is simple. You can figure it out later. So anyway, here I'm going to be using port 1234. The colon 80 over here, this is for port 80. The reason why we're using port 80, you guys know what HTTP is? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Oh no. No, for this computer, I know what the answer is. For some of you guys, I really don't know. Okay, so anyway, where did it's gone. It's very irritating. Oh. Okay, so apparently it's running already. But anyway, yeah, let's continue. So where was I? The 1234 to 80, right? So this thing is basically like a port mapping. Basically, what this thing is doing is I'm telling the server map port 1234 on the server to port 80 on the container, on the box. So the box itself also has all these ports. And basically now I want to map port 1234 on the server and map it to port 80. Okay. The next part, this -v, the thing is actually what we call a Docker volume. So this thing is sort of like basically it's linking the directory. So inside the container itself, there's also another directory. There's another directory tree in that sense. It has its own files and everything within the container. And so basically what this thing is doing is it's mapping this particular directory, which is the orbital site, and it's mapping it to this directory within the container. So this directory inside the container is actually where the container is expecting to find the website, the index.html or whatever. You can change it in the configurations, but this is the default one. And now I'm going to have this directory over here, which is where I'm going to put my website. Okay. So later on, when I put my website inside here, I go to the browser, I go to this IP address, I should be able to see the website. The colon arrow basically makes it read only. -d, that's something, just ignore it for now. And nginx, this is the container name, as in the image name, not a container name. So this is the image name that we're going to pull from the repository, basically. So this is basically what you're going to do here. You're going to run the nginx software and do all the configurations necessary so that it's going to point at this folder. And when you access the server, it should go inside this directory and find your index.html. Okay. Right. So now we need to put the website inside there. So I'm going to get out first. Okay, so the site is currently stored inside here, okay? So now what I need to do is I need to copy all of these files onto the server. This is using SCP, so let's do that. -r is basically recursive. So recursive is basically for you to copy the entire directory. So it's like copying one file versus copying the entire folder, okay? So that's what the -r flag does. Oh no, what's this? Cannot create directory. Okay, hold on. Oh, is there nothing inside here? What's going on? Okay, hold on, let me think about this. Wait, did I get it the other way around? Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna copy everything onto the server. So let me just check that it's inside there. That is not right. Okay, so now all of the files are correctly on the server. So now if I go to my browser, right, and remember this was the port. The port, you have to put it there. It's actually the colon. The colon is for you to specify the port. I'm gonna do that. And something went wrong. Okay, so well, but at least we know that Nginx is responding. It's just that for some reason it is not hosting the files correctly. So I'll debug that later. We'll move on to the next example. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, but okay. Okay, so anyway, now that was all very simple. Let me get the slides up there. So okay, not exactly simple. A little bit of debugging required, but yeah. So basically, this one, I think y'all kind of get it, right? Are y'all okay with this so far? I know it didn't really work, like there was a 403 forbidden, but yeah, I'll have to go and fix that later on. So far, what we managed to achieve was we managed to get Nginx running on the server, and we managed to get it to respond. It's just that for some reason it gave me forbidden, so I'm not sure why it does that. Okay. All right. So that was all good and simple, but now for your particular project, right, you are going to be writing actual server code. So it's not going to be like just pull this piece of software from online and just run it. You are actually going to be writing your own software, right? So you need to figure out how to put your own software into a container so that you can run it on the server. Okay, so this is generally the process, how it's going to work. So you're going to pull an image. So let's say you write your software in what you're using, Meteor, JS, Express, something like that. So you pull an existing image that contains the basic binaries, let's say Meteor or Node or whatever. And then you're going to install all of the dependencies that you need, all the libraries that you're using. And you're going to make all the configurations that you need inside. Usually there shouldn't be too much configuration unless you're touching a lot of things. But yeah, usually it should almost work out of the box. And then you're going to add your server code on top of that. And then you build your image. you run the container from the image, and then finally you can, from there you can redistribute your image as many times as you want. Okay, so this is generally the process. It looks very long here, but actually, honestly speaking, in terms of the number of lines that you have to write, it's far less than that. Depends on your specific application. But yeah. So anyway, for this particular case, right, I've gone ahead and actually written a very simple server in Python. Let me show that to you. Okay, so this is just some very simple server code. Basically, maybe it looks kind of complicated, but basically what this is going to do is there's a database connection line over here. You can see this. So what this is going to do is it's going to connect to a database, and when you send a GET request, that means you go to your browser, you type in something over there, you press enter. There's a HTTP GET request. It's going to take a string from the end of the GET request, some parameter, and store it into the database. Okay, so I think that you guys basically what you are trying to do when you're making applications, you're basically going to write some server application, some front end, and then you're going to use some database, right? And then you're going to basically need to read and write from that database, store some information. That's basically the essence of an application. Okay, so this should this is just like a replacement. It's just a generic kind of server. Of course, later on, your own server should have a lot more code than this. So yeah. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this into a box. Like I was saying just now, we're going to put this in a box so that we can run it as a Docker container. And in order to do that, you need to create this specification script. It's called a Docker file. It looks something like that. Yeah, so basically this. So let me go back to the slides. So basically, yeah, these lines are what you saw just now, okay? So all these lines are from the Docker file. So basically what we're going to do here is the first line from Python :3. Basically what that's doing is it's going to a repository. It pulls a base image that already contains Python pre-installed. Later on, I will show you where all of these comes from. There's a lot of base images and whatever that you can use. Sometimes people even like there are even images where people have already pre-installed some things. Then you can just use that. Like they pre-install some libraries for you already. They compiled it. Then you can use that as well. But yeah, this is one of the official images for Python. So we're going to pull that from the repository. The second line, pip install. How many of you use Python here? Have you ever used Python? Okay, so you know what pip does, right? So pip is basically is the Python package installer. It basically installs all your Python packages for you. This is a command line that installs your Python packages. So this PSYCOPG2, that's basically your database connector for PostgreSQL. Okay, so that's what the second line is basically going to install the database driver into the Python installation, so that now your Python can interface with PostgreSQL database. Third line is basically for you to copy the code into the container. So just now you saw the code that was written, right? The server code that basically it defines what your server is supposed to do. Now you need to take that code and you need to put it into the container as well, so that later on you can run it. So that's basically what it does. You see dot. I know how many of you know what the dot means. The dot means just this directory. Okay, so the local direction, this directory. Slash means the base directory. The squiggly line is the home directory, and dot is this directory, like your current working directory. Okay, so dot there, it's dot because it's the this directory from this computer into this directory inside the container. Okay, so copy from this directory here to this directory there. That's what it does. And then offline actually is not necessary, but I just put it there just in case. So basically what that's going to do is it's exposing port 3305. Remember what I said about ports just now. You're going to expose port 3305 so that you can access the container and via port 3305. And that is supposed to do something like when you access it via that port. Last line is equivalent to, if you are running Python programs from the command line. The last line is basically for you, it's similar to going to your command line and typing in Python run simple server.py. Python this, okay? So it's similar to that, except this is in the Docker file syntax. That's why it's written this way. I'm not sure what actually will happen if you just put Python simple server.py. That might work as well. So basically, what this does is it tells the image, when you start this container, run this command. So the moment this container starts, it'll run the server. Basically that, okay? And so yeah, so once you have all of this, you can build the image, the container image. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't have the files here, so I need to copy them in. Okay. Okay, so now the files are here. We need to build a container using these two files. And you do that using this command. Oh, no. The command over there. Where's my mouse cursor? This one. Okay. This command over here. So this is what we're going to use. Basically, this one, I'm actually not sure what dash does, but you need to have it there. And simple server image is just going to be the name of the. It's going to be the name of the image. So you can name this anything you want. It's just anything you want. And the dot is for this directory again. Not sure how long this will take. So right now what it's doing is downloading the Python container from online. And that's the first step. Wait for it to be done with this. Are anyone of you guys trying this, or you're going to try this on later on? Okay, so just pay attention for now. Okay, you can see step 2 is running pip and blah blah blah. Okay, so now the container is built. If you go to Docker images, you should see your image is over there now. Your image is over there. Okay, so simple server image. So now, once you have this simple server image, in order to deploy your application, what you need to do is two things. You need to deploy one container for PostgreSQL. The second thing you need to do is deploy you need to deploy this simple server image. Okay. So let's do that. Skip that for now. There's actually a different way for you to create these containers, which is basically you run the container first, do everything inside, and then save it. So that's a different way. The Docker image is kind of like it actually kind of does the same thing. It's just that you scriptified it. If you want to do everything step by step, you just want to do it in an interactive shell, you can actually do this, which is basically you start the container first, go inside the container, and then you do things step by step. And then you commit the container to an image. So this is basically sort of like save the container into an image. So you take a snapshot. But I'll leave you to try this if you want. Okay, so yeah, basically this is what we're going to do. Okay, so this is going to be your so-called server setup. Just a simple diagram that illustrates what you're going to do. So you have your Docker engine over here, your host OS, and you're going to put inside your one container, you have your Python. It's going to run the Postgres driver that we just installed, and then the server code on top of that. Okay, and in the other container, we're going to have PostgreSQL, which is your database. And then we're going to link these two. The thing is that these two containers, remember, these two containers need to talk to each other, because this container is going to is going to save data into the database, which is inside this container. So these two containers need to talk to each other. Of course, one way that you can do this is, if you just don't want to have this link, you can just have it go through the physical network, which means this is just one container by itself. It acts like its own server. This is just one container by itself. It also acts like its own server. And every time this container wants to save things inside this database, or it wants to read anything from this database, it just goes through the network and then finds the IP of this computer and then comes back down here again, and then finally ends up at this container. So for example, let's say you deploy this on port 3305, and then this one you deploy on port 5432, goes up, goes through your IP, goes through the router, whatever, all your physical infrastructure. Maybe you go through the internet, and then you come back down, and then you finally end up at this container. Okay, but the reason why we don't usually do that is because it's quite slow. So if, for example, you have a lot of database traffic, right? You want the link between this container and this container to be as fast as possible. And if they're already running on the same machine, why not you just link them? Like, you just have a virtual network bridge in that sense to link between these two containers, so that they can just talk to each other within that particular machine itself. So this is what we're going to try to set up on our server. Yep. So what I said just now, first thing, run the PostgreSQL container. This is the command for that. And then after that, you need to run the application container, which is all your Python code and whatever, or in your case, JS, anything, and link it to the database container. This one has actually a little bit of complication. So you notice here, I'm using an alias. See here, there's like this thing. Basically, this Postgres, right, is going to point to this container. So this is one container up here. This link thing here, right, is basically saying, okay, so we want to link to the Postgres container, but we want the host name of this Postgres container to be PostgresDB. And this is important because when you write your code, your server code, yeah, if you remember the server code up here, yeah, this host name needs to match up, okay? And all the other stuff as well, you need to get it right. If you don't get it right, your connection is not going to work. So this one is basically going to be the container alias that you are setting just now. You have your username, your database name, the port is 5432. This one you also have to set. And of course, the database password, okay? Right, so let's do that. Yeah, so let me just run through this command and pass everything for you. So the port, again, this is basically mapping the server port to the container port. In this case, we're just going to use the same thing. So just 5432 to 5432, that's fine. 5432 should be not used. This -e is actually the environment variables. So in this particular container, right, if you go onto the, if you go and look for the instructions, actually they say that you have to specify some of these environment variables. What are these environment variables? Namely, the database name, the database password, and the database username. In this case, I only specify the password. So the username and the database name is going to be set to default. The default is Postgres. Okay, and -e is just there. Postgres is going to be the image name. So we'll run that. And it's going to pull the entire database software from a repository. Okay, so that's done. So now we have a database running on this particular server, and you can access it via with the username and password and whatever, and you can access it via port 5432. So now we need to run that other container which we just created just now, which is the simple server image. You all can remember that. So let me do that. Okay, so again, let me. Okay, so yeah, just pass this the name of the container, simple server. Link this to the other container via this alias, the port 3305. And of course, yeah, the name of the image. So we can just go ahead and run that. You notice that this is listening on port 3305, right? You also have to get this right. This is actually from here. If you see this over here, 3305 over here. Yeah. So this is basically telling this server, this piece of server code, right? I want it to listen on port 3305. Normally, you would have it listening on port 80. Port 80 for HTTP. But in this case, I'm specifying I want it to be on port 3305, some arbitrary port lah. So yeah, let's go ahead and run this. And it's done. Okay, so right now, the thing is now you need to sort of go and see what's inside the database, right? In order to know what's going on. I actually included this in the slides. You can try this. Yeah, if you want to see what's inside a database, not so simple, but yeah. Okay, let me just do that so that you can actually see the database. Okay, let me try to explain this command to you. So basically what we're going to do here is we're actually running another container just to access a shell so that we can go and get into this database. And this container actually is actually the same from the same image. It's actually from the same Postgres image. Except that you see all this extra stuff at the end over here, right? PSQL, blah, blah. PSQL is basically a shell. It's an interactive shell for you to access the Postgres database. Okay. So with this interactive shell later on, you can type some commands to see what's inside the database. I don't actually know what all these -u is. This should just be, it's some parameters lah, basically for PSQL to work. For this particular command. So this is like going to some command line, you type in PSQL, all this stuff, and then I'm gonna guess that probably it's for the database name. Oh, this is probably for the user. Yeah, this one is probably for the user, and this is probably for the database name, I'm guessing. So let's go ahead and do that. The password is dbpass. Okay, so now we are inside the database. So you can actually, the database right now is actually blank. There's nothing there. So if you type select star from, you guys know SQL? I think you're probably haven't had to write it, right? It's really painful, but yeah, okay. Okay, no, let me do this. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so now you can see, right? The database currently has nothing in it, okay? I just created a table called strings. It's supposed to match up with that server, if you remember the server code. Let me go to the server code. So this server, right? Every time you send a GET request to this server, what it's going to do is it's going to insert into this table values, blah, blah, the format of this thing, okay? So it's going to insert something into that particular table. So right now that table has nothing. If let's say we go to the browser now and I call up 3305. Okay, there's still nothing inside. Hold on, give me a moment. What the heck? What is going on? Oh, wait. Okay, right. So now if you go to the database, right? Yeah, see, so now we stored a string inside there, okay? So basically what we did here was we go to my other command line. Basically what I've done here is I've used curl to send a GET request via the HTTP protocol to this server at this IP address, access this port, and send it with these parameters. Where did the parameters go? Yeah, the parameter. So the parameter is string equals hello. Okay. Basically, this string equals hello is going to go inside the server code in Python. Where did that go? It's going to go inside the server code basically, and then it's going to pass this particular parameter. It gets the hello over here, and it saves that into the database. So that's all that it does. Okay. So success. Now you have a very simple application. What it does, it just takes a GET request from somewhere, and you can store something into a database. So yeah, this is very, very basic database interfacing, but we have achieved what we wanted to do. So from here, basically, if you're writing, say, a larger application, obviously this is not a very nice front end. You know, if you have to use a command line to go and do something, but that's because my application has no front end. It only has a back end. It's just a server. So it's just a server code. You have to use a command line to go and poke at it. But if let's say you want to build a front end, you can build a front end that basically you type in inside a box somewhere, and then when you hit enter, it sends this particular request with string equals hello at the end, and it's going to achieve essentially the same thing. Okay. So yeah, so are you following so far? Okay. I lost half the class by now. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, so right now, right, if you want to inspect what is going on your server, you actually can just drop a summary, a very simple summary. So this is going to give you an overview. Okay, Docker PS is going to give you an overview of what is currently running on your server. So let me show you that. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, so this is just an overview of all the containers which are running on the server. So you can see here, it's actually supposed to be a table, okay, but because right now it's a bit too long to fit on the screen, so that's why it's wrapping to the next line. So the container ID, of course, the image is the image of the container, the command that was first run when you started up this container, when it was created, the current status over here, the ports, 00000. Actually, okay, the ports, right? You can actually map a specific network interface. That means if let's say your particular server has got different connections, like for example, one of them is Wi-Fi, one of them is say a LAN connection, and you want to differentiate between these, when you do the -p flag, you actually can put a IP address over there, and the IP address being for that particular network interface. But if you don't specify it, then it just maps it to 0000, which is everything. So it's going to be listening to port 3305 on all the network interfaces. So it doesn't matter which connection it is. It's going to be everything. So 3305 mapped to 3305. This one, we mapped the database just now. It was 5432 to 5432. This Nginx was the website that we hosted, but didn't really work. And yeah, port 1234 to port 80. Okay, so that, and this is the container name. If you don't specify a container name, it actually comes out with some random nonsense. Like in this case, it has put there Brave Bashkara. Okay, so normally try to name your containers. Okay, it does give somewhat nice names. I've seen a lot of very interesting random names that it gives to the containers. But yeah, try to name your container so it's easier for you to remember. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so you can see that there's one last thing over there. You can actually inspect the container link using that command. I'm not going to do that. Basically, you're going to get this. It's just basically going to tell you, so the Postgres container is currently being mapped to the simple server as this alias. Okay, so that's all. This, if you want to inspect the links from on the container. Okay, so linking, right? This particular linking feature, which I just showed to you, this is actually a legacy feature. But I think for you guys, probably you want to use this feature because it's easier. The proper way to do this in Docker is actually to use Docker networks. So Docker networks basically it's supposed to emulate how you set up your physical networks in real life. So for example, you have like your, what's that thing called? The router or the switch. You have a switch or something, right? And then you connect all of your servers to it. And then each one of these things is going to have its own IP and whatever. So it's this Docker networks is supposed to emulate the way that you connect these things in real life. And I think it has some advantages over linking. One of them being that if you are using linking, every single time you want to link a container to another container, right, you realize that the link flag was part of the run command, which means that there isn't really a way for you to take a container that is already running. It means something that you already started beforehand. You use run and then you ran this container. And then if you want to link it after that, there's actually no real way for you to do that in Docker. So that's just a small caveat, if you will, of using the linking feature. So Docker network sort of like lets you get away with this. Basically, you can create your own networks, and then you can basically put your containers into these networks. And in that sense, you group them. You group them together so that they can, specifying which containers are allowed to talk to one another. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, so this is just a simple diagram of something that like what you might try to set up if you were doing a more complicated setup. But in your case, you shouldn't need more than 2 or 3 containers. Usually, if you're using Meteor, it's going to be 2 containers. You just have application and database. If you're using, I don't know what else, then normally you have front end, one of them to host the front end, which is going to be some website or some web app or something. So you have the front end, your back end, and then your database. So normally you shouldn't need more than 2 or 3 containers. And yeah, I would suggest you use the linking feature. It's easier than this, easier than Docker networks. But anyway, Docker networks, if you want to use it, I'll let you try that yourself. The commands are something like that. So you create the network, give it a name. In this case, you just call it simple network, and then you connect your containers to the network. Simple server connect to network, Postgres connect to network, and so on and so forth. The other thing about Docker networks also is that you realize that when you use linking, right, the link is actually one directional. So just now we linked from this simple server to Postgres. It doesn't actually work the other way. So if let's say the database server for whatever reason wants to communicate with your server, it can't do that because it's actually one directional. So there is no way for the link to go back the other way. But if you're using Docker networks, all the links are always like duplex. They're always two-way. Okay. Yeah, so the last command is just for you to inspect it. You can try all of this. The output for the last command is going to be very long, so that's why I didn't put it inside here. But anyway, after you do all this stuff, you connect. You can try that. You can just run the commands, Okay, so let's just use these containers since we already have them running. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we are going to get. we do that, basically, this is actually a bridge network, and yada yada yada. So simple server is connected, and the other one is Postgres. Yeah. So under containers, you see a Postgres connected, simple server is connected. Okay. So now these containers also likewise they can talk to each other, and they all have their own IP addresses. So in this case, this is that you can access it from this IP address. So if let's say now I use Docker networks, right, and I want to access it via this particular IP address, I can actually go to the code. That's my code. Okay, so the code. So let's say if I put that IP address inside here, that should also work. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So right now you should know, hopefully, how to set up, the containers, how to create your own image from your own code, how to run the containers on the server, and how to connect them together so that these containers can interface with one another. And you can store things on a database and so on. So that should be pretty much sufficient for you to go about and create your own application. Okay, yeah, this is just here for your reference, actually. Some other Docker commands. Docker pull is actually for you to pull an image from the repository. I'll show you the repository later on, don't worry about that. Images just shows you a summary of all the images that you currently have running on your server, or not running, but currently installed. There's, of course, you can stop your containers, start your containers, restart your containers. RM is for you to remove an existing container. RMI deletes the image. You normally don't use this unless you want to save space. You need to save your hard drive space on your server, then yeah, sometimes you have to use that. PS shows you an overview of all the running containers. I already showed that to you just now. And Docker exec. Okay, let me show you an example of why you would use Docker exec. If you remember just now, okay, over here, right? See, it says access the container via the shell. So each one of these containers, right, inside the container is actually sort of like a virtual machine by itself. In a way, it's not a virtual machine, but yeah. So each one of these, you can actually access the shell, and just like any other Linux terminal or any other bash terminal, you can install things, you can use Vim, Notepad, whatever, all from inside there. So yeah, let me show you what happens if you actually run this. Okay, so the reason why we need to put this /bin/bash over here, right, is actually because this is where this is the default location for where the command line is stored. So don't worry about that. Usually you just put this. Of course, you can use Docker exec to do other things. Like for example, if you want to start a particular application within a container, you can also use Docker exec for that. So if we run this, it gives you this. Notice that here, see that this is actually now different. This is actually the container ID from just now. So now we're in a different shell. This is a completely different environment that you have entered into. I mean, from a command line, it may not look so obvious. It may look like, okay, I'm still on the server, right? But technically right now, you're in this server on this container, okay? Yeah. You want to know where that ID is? Yeah, it's this one. Simple server, so it was this ID over here. So that's the container that we have accessed. In order to get out of this, if you get out of this by pressing Control-C, which is what you would normally try, Control-C is actually going to shut down the container. So you don't want to do that. Sometimes, especially if you're running server applications, right? Sometimes you go in, you configure some stuff, you do some stuff, whatever, use whatever commands, install libraries, anything. When you exit, you want to leave the server container running, right? So once you're done, actually the proper way to do that is you press Control-P, Control-Q, and it will bring you back out, and you'll leave the container running. So You can see that it's still running. If I had done something else, let's say I Control C. Oh no, Control C actually don't do that. Maybe I'll try exit. Okay, it's still running, so whatever. Maybe it doesn't matter. But it used to be that if you press Control C, it will actually shut down the container. So yeah, just take note of that lah, if you ever need it. Back to reference. I think I went through most of this. Docker attach. Docker attach is actually supposed to do something similar to what I just showed you. It's just that for whatever reason, when I tried it, sometimes it doesn't really work. Like it doesn't bring up the shell. It just gives you nothing. Like it doesn't respond. So that's why usually when I exit containers, I use Docker exec. But in essence, it should do the same thing. Like you can try using attach if you want. Okay, so who is using Meteor? Okay, so Meteor is actually pretty cool. What they have actually done is they have given you this script over here, Kadira Meteor Hub. Let me click on that. Okay, so Meteor Hub is basically a script. Okay, and what this script does is it's going to build your entire, as compared to what you had to do just now, which is, you had to go and set up all your containers, get all the flags right, blah, 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 and set up everything. Meteor Hub, basically all you need to do is set all your configurations into a JS file. And once you've done that, it should just, the script will just run and it should set up everything for you. Okay, so you don't have to do any of those like Docker commands. This thing will run the Docker commands for you. But you still have to configure it correctly. You still have to set the IP address and your private key and your public key, and you have to tell this thing how to access your server, and then all the password. If your server has a password, then yeah, that makes things a bit troublesome. But basically, this thing is just a script that is supposed to do everything for you lah. And it's, in fact, I think one good thing about this thing is that it's not just for you to deploy on one server. So if let's say you want to deploy your Meteor application across a few servers, right? Or you want your MongoDB database, Meteor uses MongoDB. So you want to put your Mongo database on a different server from your main application. Here it's very easy to do that. If you were to do that using like Docker commands, you have to go individually into each server and then set up the container on each server and then get them to communicate with each other over the network, right? But if you use this, you will just have this file where you can specify, it's a JSON file basically. You can specify all of the IP address and the port and whatever and everything that you need to get the container running on the server. And with just a few commands, you should be able to get everything running. So I don't actually have Meteor installed here, so I'm not going to demonstrate that. Yeah, but basically you can install this. For those of you who are using Meteor, you get it from the Node Package Manager, NPM. You install global, install MAP. It's a short form for Meteor Hub, so MAP. And you go to your Meteor app directory. You have to create this directory called .deploy. Then you go inside .deploy and you map init. So map init is basically going to create two files. One of the files is a specification file for all the libraries that you need to run for your Meteor application. Map.js is the second file, and that second file basically contains all the specifications for your server, which is like, so what's your public key? What's your private key? Where's your private key stored? What private key should it use to access your server? What's the IP address of the server? What port to set it up on? What container image to use? All of this is going to be configured from inside this file. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to demonstrate this. I think we're out of time for now. Yeah, so this is the next section. So now it's 11:41. Okay, so you guys can go and have lunch. You're already. Okay, your lunch is not here, but if you want to debug anything, now's a good time. Figure out how to get into the server. I put your key in. I put it, yeah. So you can go and try it, yeah. How is this? I think you all look like you are dying. You all look like you are dying. Do you all understand what's going on?
If you want to ask you why why the MongoDB is separated from your.
That's if you want to set it up that way. Normally, if you.
But you say if you're using the Meteor app itself, you also separate.
Yeah, you open them to do computer.
But is there any reason behind?
Not really, but normally, I mean, the way that you set it up, always your database is always like a different program from your server application. It's two different code bases. And your server is one program, and your database is one program, your server is one program.
But I thought the selling point of Meteor is everything is together.
It's almost there, the front end and back end is together already. The database actually is actually when you set it up. When you run it locally, it's using some weird implementation of Mongo. Localized MongoDB. Yeah, so when you eventually deploy MongoDB, it's actually one.
Then which can you use Nginx if you're using the Meteor?
Meteor app actually will deploy the Nginx. So it just does it for you.
Just one slide. The Meteor is actually basically just one slide.
Yeah, but it's so easy. It's really not much more than that. Like, later on, you can go and try it. Do you all have your Meteor application? You all haven't started.
I think doing functionality more than the actual front end. We are doing different functionality more than together.
Meteor is actually very interesting, quite good. But if you want to do multiple front end is a requirement, like, for the requirement for one of the levels.
I don't know.
If you're doing multiple front end of Meteor, you have to you can use Meteor backend. I personally like to use the Meteor backend. Meteor backend is very good because you don't have to deal with all this HTTP and nothing. It's actually using a different protocol. If you go and look into it, actually, they call it the distributed data protocol. That's why all your features on Meteor they actually reactive. Right? Because the whole protocol actually is different already. You're actually tracking the database, and if there are any changes, it actually automatically sends. Yeah. Otherwise, normally if you're using HTTP, you notice that you have to send it's always a request and then you respond, right? The server by itself, if there's no request, it cannot send anything back to the client. So that's the normal way of doing things, like traditional way. With Meteor, since they're on BDP, which is something that they invented themselves, it's actually a two-sided connection. Yeah, it just any changes automatically.
So last question is regarding the Docker. In general, we just what the server. Our server is actually what a server that we find out. Like for example, our computer, our house network.
I will cover that later.
Because until now we are connecting to the IP, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll cover that. No, it doesn't. That one is actually on DigitalOcean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that particular IP is actually deployed on DigitalOcean.
So for Orbital, that we have to also you're gonna suggest host that, or you go anywhere actually provide.
This one you ask me. I don't know. I personally have my own server at home.
Oh,
it's just a small computer. Yeah, you can do that. Actually, it's quite fun also. You go and try that.
But it's quite dedicated. I mean.
Well, I use it for more than just deploying applications.
And network.
Not really. I use it more for data science projects. For let's say, for me, I'm a BA, right? So for me, normally I would have to write all these scripts to do data analytics. Sometimes you want to share the code with other people, right? You want to show them like, all the diagrams and whatever. Yeah, so basically, the Python.
Oh, yeah, but that would be legal.
It's like this interactive code shell. You just type the code and it can show all the diagrams and whatever. Yeah, so this entire thing I have it posted on my server. So when I want to show to other people, I just see the image which one I feel is.
Stay away from me.
Later on, I'll cover that.
So,
Hello.
so I'm running class is a microservice bank. Yeah, so that one was quite useful. But then how do I restrict the permission? That means like I don't want everyone to user access, but only from like specific IP or something.
Oh, that one has nothing to do with Docker. That one you have to probably specify it somewhere in your server code, I think.
Oh, so in the code and not like with the server or anything.
Okay, you have two ways to do it. It's either inside your server code, it means you say that I only want to allow people from this IP to access this server application, or you can do it server-wide. It means that on the server itself, you specify that you only want to allow these connections.
That one is HTML7.
I'm not sure. You have to go and Google. Yeah. I do believe that's probably a way to do it. Maybe block connection or everyone else. Flask and
Front end is Angular.
Angular.
Yeah, so like RESTful.
Oh, guys, how are you all doing? Was that okay?
I wanted to lock down the bash common.
Sorry?
I wanted to lock down the bash common.
Very common.
Bash commons for reference. There's a log file, right? But a lot of people log in, so the log file doesn't.
Oh. You wanted to log all the commands from there. You do it? Or it didn't work?
It didn't work because a lot of people log into the same user.
The commands, all of them should be inside the server, the PowerPoint slide. So you guys at back house, how do y'all find the so far? I cannot understand, cannot follow. Where did y'all get lost?
The second time.
Well, too bad. How about the rest of you? Okay.
I have a very, very vague understanding of what's happening.
I think this kind of thing, maybe y'all have to go and try it yourself before y'all. So maybe when y'all finally finish your application, then you want to deploy, then you can just remember Docker. It's one of the easier ways to do it. You don't have to remember all the commands from here. That's okay. You can go and learn Docker by yourself.
she gets
Okay, so we are continuing at 1. Yeah. The next part won't be so technical. It's just I'm just showing you the repository and some fun stuff. Yeah. Okay, let me sit there.
Generally, the main aim is to make sure that you don't notify yourself, because you're supposed to notify others. If you're sending out a notification to others,
This chair.
if I were to Becca can see also.
Yeah.
Ignore him.
What kind of message is it? You can have
Okay, yes.
a short message.
Like if I were to purchase like server space on like HostGator or something, how do I do this?
On like what?
Like HostGator. As in like subscribe online like hosting space kind of thing. Server like cost for our project if we do intend to launch it in the long run.
It depends on which kind of server you are getting. There are different kinds of services out there. Some of them like DigitalOcean and Linode. When you buy the server space, right, they basically give you, it's just like that. It's like you go inside, okay, it's just a shell, nothing. Then you have to go install everything yourself.
Oh, then some of them already installed.
Some of them, I'm not sure how you deploy on some of the others. I know there's some others like what Heroku and whatever. Some of those is like you just need to put your code there and then they compile everything for you, right?
Oh, so nice.
I know there are some services out there that do that. So maybe y'all can go and try those if y'all think this is too difficult.
Heroku, okay. But yeah, we need to.
I didn't cover those because I thought it's like not enough content.
Oh.
Right, so only half of the line is here, and but you can still get the drinks if you want.
128,199.
16373.
Yeah.
Do you use the private key?
Yeah. Private key.
It means it must be the same folder as like the private key master. It's inside my inside .ssd.
Maybe it's part of the tutorial lah.
Unless you modify it,
where the pole is created, you
I'll go and check. Inside there. Okay.
I go take. But this is your chicken, right? I go take.
I guess yes. Yes, get me one.
This one they only allow one user, one to one. So the group one needs to have. Wow. Can I show them?
Back up.
Nice.
You have enough.
What's his name? Hey, what's your name?
Victor.
Oh yeah, Victor. You?
Rebecca.
Oh, so you're Rebecca. Green tea, green tea.
Green tea also. Yeah. First one is by default. Don't need ask.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yes.
Hey, you go try it. I just restarted the not the server lah, but the SSH service. You try. I thought yours was always inside. Like you sent me yesterday, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't access it.
But you use.
But I downloaded the bash and then I send you the one.
Because I resend you today.
Huh?
I resend you today.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'll just add this as a new branch. So the other one is the immediately sense. Is it sending?
Can go in already.
I don't know, I'm gonna try. Yeah, put the root there.
What's the difference?
Oh, she's in!
Yeah.
Cannot. I don't know, you go try. What is it?
You got any my new one? Because I resent to you.
When did you send? You sent via
Just now.
Slack or
Via email, Gmail.
Gmail?
Yeah. I sent it to your A0 something account.
It should be there or what?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Eh? Oh, is this one?
It's there.
Yeah.
A0091496, right?
But I think yeah, correct. But I think I put it in.
This server is the school server.
No, it's DigitalOcean. Ocean. Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of revamping to do.
You try again.
Okay. I'm just gonna change the layout, everything. But I create it as
in the server.
Label actual. But this is something you can fall back on.
Yeah, I got in already. I got it. Yeah. You all try anything? Or you all lost?
I got lost. Yeah, I did. Sorry.
So what do you remember?
And I don't think it's wise of us to try run like when you run and you try run also. I think it might cause a crash.
No, it's actually okay lah. Because it's containerized, it's okay, yeah. You can actually run at the same time. Only thing is that you have to use a different port lah. Different port and different name. Yeah, you change the name and change the port. So different name, different port should be okay.
Yeah, just for you, like, okay, I can see it's one somewhere else.
Actually,
So I just listen.
Oh, whole day, no?
Yeah.
Did you know? Huh?
No, you don't know.
Well done.
Never add one.
They will fund subscription fee.
Sorry, what's your name? Okay, anyway, at the end of today, I'm going to close the server because it's costing money. So, like a few cents per hour, but yeah, it's costing money.
They say first come first serve only. Oh. I think I maybe like 5 more.
Yeah.
You can't believe that on my JC
Okay, try again.
对啊对啊。
But we have the trust for this thing. Just send his friend. I have to choose.
I don't know what to do in poly.
Did you meet for his exam?
Are you with, I mean, the Tembusu orientation?
Yeah, I mean, 因为我去登过 camp， 我就5天地，因为我一拿我就我了。
不是你不要做那个费力。
可是登不是买这个货吗？
Computing.
又去养哥了。
不是你不做费力啊？
费力了。不要，因为我要我的。
哦，要忘了。
那个医生蛮 obvious 的。不要回去啊。够了吧？蛮多哎，刚刚可以。很多啊，你现在刚可以。
You are IS, right? How is IS? Fun, huh? Fun. Okay.
My what?
How's I?
真的，他们没有读书。我问的。
And you're like, oh, then you that laughter, I'm like, oh.
You also IS.
And she's like, cool laugh, I'm like, yeah.
What you think first year? Apart from 10 and then you need those two I know.
And like
What is that?
or the intro to computer network.
Okay.
I think you guys need it.
Yeah.
Have you taken IS 102 to 103? How is it?
The final exam is slower. The MCQs are
Serious ah?
I was so close to not finishing the papers, but okay. You know why? Because there's only 27 students. No, 26 students.
So few ah.
Yeah.
The lower students, the better the outcome.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I know like cause a lot of clashes with the 1312. That's why a lot of people drop in.
1312 is it?
The math one.
Math one.
The calculus with
I
Is it 1521? Oh, okay, okay.
Another version for
Okay.
So it's like the teacher said normally it's 50 students. Then I think because of the test, a lot of testers, right? It dropped to like 26 students.
Wow, shit.
But okay lah, it's not difficult. It's just that the assignment is like people take 1 2 problem, I take 3. Then 在那边说好像很忙的感觉。
那你读完O3，
No, I
你读完 O2，它一个礼拜是会很神奇吗？来，
会啊。
在上学。
In fact, the prof quite chill eh. We tutorial every 2 weeks at once.
Oh, serious 啊？
Yeah, and quite flexible lor. Like
它
some people
是
say
学来 UML modeling。
you will think it's easy, but like when you start
No,
doing
no,
the assignment,
I look at
it's like very questionable. How am I supposed to draw it?
2是没有 grade 的线，
有
1 1啊
，1 1 5 其中一个是学。
好像是1105。
哪个？
favorite model.
然后它 I start a war. At this way,
Yes.
what?
So how did you do for it?
Huh?
How did you do for it?
Like,
It's based on perspective. How's the 2101? Give me that smile on your face.
I didn't. I'm crying.
I could be grateful for the
you get angry. And you already are.
I agree with that.
Sucks to be a partner.
Wow.
Okay. Best control, right? They move up. Yeah. The whole line.
Are you discovering all the features of Atom?
Yeah. Covered. Sure. How long do you take to do your own orbital project?
I didn't do orbital.
I didn't do orbital. Then how long do you take to
How long did I take? Maybe 2 months.
For 3 weeks. Real hard.
Actually, come to think of it, I should have done orbital.
You what?
I should have done orbital. But I didn't.
How? When were you exposed to like HTML?
During my internship. No, I mean, that was not what I was doing during my internship. I was very bored.
Yeah.
You even have the opportunity to be born.
Yes. During my internship. I mean, I'm supposed to be doing data science stuff, right? So I finished most of that. Then, when your supervisor is not around, you don't know.
Sound like you are free.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, so I'm done. What do I do now? It's not pretending, I'm learning stuff, okay? Where you think I get all the content to teach you all this kind of thing? When I'm exploring myself, right? Yeah, you're actually doing other things, just doing other things.
Then also like sometimes you just like no, it's like you can do whatever you want, but it's something it's not related to work.
Sure that, yeah. Everything is using this.
No, sorry, okay.
You. Well, I think by June, right?
So you're doing orbital? You just submitted your milestone one, right? So what's your idea so far?
Because she's staying in Congo.
So whenever I do it,
Then it's like, the problem is like, we have a platform in Facebook to share all the information. But the thing is like, the scope is so big, right? Normally people will post like big events, all the members of our family will know about it. But because it's Facebook post and everyone got the right to like, post something. They just japalang semua tu放 loan, post, request also post. So it's like very messy. So our idea is like create a web app, right? So that then Musu members can like view all the events in a calendar view. And like all the smaller like miscellaneous like poses like loans, lost and found, requests, right? It's like on a like site like forum based like those kind. So it's smoother rather than you miraculously hope that okay, once I scroll down 2 times I will find the post that I want. Chances are you won't find it. Yeah, that kind of like convenience we are trying to like in an organized manner in a communal way. Like new events.
Sounds like
just exploring all the
sounds like a lot of UI design work.
yeah, but no matter what, you both of us like learning it now. Like it's like putting things together.
Mongo, so you are using Meteor.
Yeah, using
Okay. Meteor actually deployment easy lah, serious. Just use Meteor up, very easy.
It's like the idea is there, so it's still not complete lah. Because like during the show, in like Shan, like some people are like can see that they have a lot of interest, but it's like I was questioning like, but the time frame is questionable. What?
3 months is okay if you know what you are doing.
I think based on the peer evaluation, like some of them like too generic and all this, like actually you don't know what you want to do.
Oh, and you cannot slack off. Like, 3 months is a little bit short, but if you don't slack off, like you every day, you learn something and you do and you do and you keep on building piece by piece, actually 3 months should be okay lah.
Like you say what you must clock 140 hours, right? I was thinking actually it's not a lot. If you think about in the context of a full-time worker, right? Actually, less than a month, you could have try and create a product. If you count by like as a consultant, you work 8 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
Then you consistently do 1 week you work for 40 hours. So you have to multiply, you probably less than the amount of time over a month. But because this is called OT project, so it's like we have 3 months to spare out the thing.
Technically, it's a holiday also.
Yeah. We are allowed to take it slow and steady, but don't slack off. That's why they emphasize on MVP.
MVP?
Minimum viable product. I mean, like you still can then minimum interact movement. That's why milestone 2 is about the like you need something about the MVP. Like something to show. This is what we will make it through. So maybe you should have taken Opita, right?
Nice one.
Actually, I had an orbital team. As in, I had one other guy. He was the one who asked me to do orbital. Then during the initial, right, he go Thailand. You know, like, I was just like, okay, man. You know, in the end, I just never do. How do you all find the other mission controls? I don't know if you'll go. What's the first one? Meteor. Meteor should actually be leaf 4.
I think it's dropping.
I bet a lot of y'all will end up using Meteor lah. Meteor is so convenient. Yeah, very much more convenient than trying to write it in anything else. Yeah. Basically, they designed the whole infrastructure for you already.
The first time, right? I think he goes to the deck. Oh, yeah, he goes to the deck. You know the chicken rice, right? From that, the one that you said. Yeah.
This from the deck.
No, the first one.
Yeah, I should have
eaten first. Yeah. Second one also.
Yes.
Third one, PGP.
I
I don't know.
All my friends serving some place in I go to LinkedIn, right? Yes. Generals have LinkedIn for a while.
We don't have loans, eh? Everyone asking me what kita partner is who. Refer you.
So I don't think it's a matter of sharing out. So yeah, pops. With the XML. How do you come about finishing your XML? I don't think they'll accept my invitation. I don't think they'll accept my invitation.
Well, this is generally the share of the bubble.
Who is he connected to?
Oh, he's from LSE. When there.
Oh my god, I would have assumed you are
LSE 就应该就是这个 number. That's yeah, because he went to
Don't call me a final year student when I'm not even final
he went LSE. He went to Marine.
I'm gonna be a final year student soon.
He went to
And then it's like during class, like, are you a final year student? I'm like, no, I'm year one. I just like in the 205 teachers. Suddenly I think I was talking to some IC student. Then suddenly he was like, are you a final year student? I just enjoyed my freshman.
Offended?
Just freshman and you say I'm a final year student. Thanks. I was very funny. People also always say 1 year older.
Then you scream my name.
Oh, never mind, I go ahead.
Never call me this. Yeah. No, this was not included.
Alright, this is only half of it. The next one coming.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you.
The bottom one.
I don't remember who was.
Yeah, anyway, the second half of the lecture there's no Docker, okay? Like I mean there's Docker Hub. Like I'm just introducing some other stuff. But it's not really gonna be all the command line like what you see in the first half. So the main part is done already. Yeah. So the second half actually you don't really need access, unless you want to try yourself.
So I can close already.
You can pretty much close already.
What's the order of authentication bar? You remember the order of authentication bar? Oh, first rank.你再丢进去那个垃圾桶，要直接丢进去。
The second half of the lunch is here.
Is fishball noodles.
into
Yeah, we were fun. Yay.
if I recall correctly. Your catchphrase is so big. It's just like playing pool with my friends. Our catchphrase is so far. Then I'm also so far.
Yay. Wow. This one looks like
I think it's like the whole damn big.
So happy.
Because
inside initiative to no fun.
You know why? Because food is life.
Happy ahead during my
You what?
Yes.
Kind of happy what?
That's right.
okay, during my SOW.
You had me in my FOW.
See as well.
Wow. Oh, look at me now. Why bother saying? Why Chinese? No, Chucky Bang. No, Chucky Bang.
You want to try something? So you actually go and do it. I'm going to upload the slides. I'm going to upload the slides on, like, I don't know. Can you send files of slides? Can you do this?
Oh, it's not already broken. I think I'm
What can you do?
Okay, so the slides are on Slack. I'm going to also put the that simple server just now on Slack. And y'all can go and try the two examples. Yeah, if you have any problems, you can let me know. Or either that, or you can either try these two examples, which is like the simple server. You can just follow my slides, or you can try Meteor, deploying your Meteor application. You have a Meteor application already, right? Yeah, so you can try to deploy that on the server actually. You go and find Meteor up and yeah.
Where do I find the slides?
It's on Slack. Can I send it? Oh wait. Okay, sorry. I sent to the staff.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay. So go and try, enjoy. I don't know what to say here.
How many days?
Yeah. Last time was in Korea. Now, okay. I think that I better do that. Then how is in there?
Yes, I'll be very disciplined. Because I'm work at night and sleep in the morning. Because I teach me at night, I have to really at night. So your time clock obviously, yeah. What are you thinking now? You're thinking in halls. Our FOW is in common. I remember you then bring us here to the shower.
Yes.
We're not stop drawing. Yeah, we the floor. Oh, that. To be honest, you were like, army all that. Yeah. Only remember. I know you very
You went to the other toilet.
You went to what? VOC or what?
That was me. I went VOC.
Yeah, he disappeared.
I went back to what? Went back to Chongqing. How do you clear? This is right.
From the same time. It's just maybe the type different lah.
Guys, you take a shot at the guy that say hi.
No wonder me.
Remember the guy says my JC OGL?
You're like showing me to do my own daddy. Oh, you know, maybe she'll know.
After a bomb click also nothing happened. Put a function.
This will be a live game. Thank you. So,
It's how I enjoy it. My friend got it.
Already?
I'm not sure whether I help.
yeah. I come with all my stuff.
Are you going to help on your FSD?
See? I'm doing this for free. I have to.
You don't have your FSD.
I don't need Ujo.
OGL is already mah.
No, it's because they were looking for more. So they actually asked me if I wanted. But then my ankle.
I just say, I'll be burden. You just smoke your meat first.
I was like, Uji's gonna be late because of Ujo.
Not them. The OGL for the interview.
But that's like in August. I know Ujo. I don't follow anyone. I'll just leave by myself. Eh, after that filming on it. Okay, they pushed it. What they couldn't get. I forgot what they couldn't get. I can't remember.
They add curry powder onto the you Dennis I join lah. I wanted to join Dennis for game long. I need to buy the racket, right?
You are. No, I got them
serious ah? I don't mind it. Only if I'm official, then I go buy.
I got them
Me? The last time I played tennis, right, it was like primary school. I remember I was like very angry.
I go there go learn for coach. Free lesson there, bro.
Free lesson, man. Wow. You wanna? Where is it? Where is it?
Every
Just holiday ah?
not every Thursday.
So are you all trying the thing?
The slot for the tennis
It is, I think. I'm not.
What time are like?
Like, copy is an issue. I'm like,
You want to
just trying to understand.
It's not like
I know the IP, but the thing is, what's happening from here, right? The local file is like, if
As
you
a
know the
player,
test of Windows,
I sign up for like the Windows. I sign
directory
up
or
for
like you follow Linux.
you need to use it.
but I'm actually training.
Say you're using Deep Dash, I don't know how you access. You access
If you are in the.
I don't join it, but there's like this guy called Shad. SYED. I don't even know him in real life, but
So you cannot actually access the Windows file, right? Yeah, why? How you know how I actually do this? I mean, I'm also on Windows. And
no, but
I'm actually doing it using Dash for Windows. So maybe you all can try
Oh, but he's
that.
talking. What do you mean weird? Why can never activate it from?
you know, like
Well, actually, I mean, I put the instructions like as well.
Something will go down. Now I know that you're judging.
What about you? When you use Slack from inside the browser? Don't want to download the client.
Yeah, I also view from browser. I think wrong, but right.
Same.
No Wi-Fi also at some point.
Anyway, you all know how all these apps like Slack, it's actually a web app, right? I mean, the fact you can see in the browser and it's exactly the same. It's a web app, right? Do you know how they put it inside a window?
how
Make an app by itself. They actually build it on, I think, I'm not sure about Slack, but I know Discord. You know Discord? It's another chat app. But anyway, normally how they do it is they use Electron.js. So you all can go and look for that thing. Basically,
all these different JL.
yes.
Why?
Yes, because that is the JS community for you. They like to have everything .js.
But they say like you just need to use JS for like front end, back end, everything. Why do you still have HTML?
You cannot run away from HTML and CSS. Okay, technically you can put the HTML into the JS file, but I mean, why would you?
That's what they meant. When they say
okay, you see, your HTML code doesn't do the same thing as your JS code. I think what they mean when they say use JS for your front end, back end is because no matter what you do, you need something to have the functional code, right? That means when you click a button, what it does, if you want to add 1 + 1, all this kind of thing, all the scripting lah. So you need to have something to do that thing, something to do all these functional aspects of the application. HTML doesn't do that. HTML is more like just for you to specify what your site looks like. HTML and CSS, basically that's what they do, but it's completely static. So if you want to have all this interaction, you need some sort of scripting language, and the one that's easiest to attach is JS. But you can use Python.
Oh, different JS, what's the difference? I've done the Meteor and Radeon.
I know there are different versions of JS, but that one I also cannot answer you. Like, I know it's a bit complicated. They have like ECMAScript and I don't know what script and something else script. Got a lot of different kind of JS. I know, but it's just a web language.
You can see our feedback already.
Those who have submitted before the deadline can actually see, but may not be finalized.
Not yet.
Other people's Facebook.
On the milk.
5 minutes.
Who might be that waiting 1 meeting?
No, hey, you know, there's
Got
one
one
group
no
that
video.
No, got one got video, but you know what you do or not? You link it to the video of, you know, they uploaded orbital video for the first 2-day workshop, right? They go upload the video.
I think normal. That's the main point, right? Yeah.
So are you all gonna try to deploy your Meteor? Go and try it. Go and use Meteor up. Get it and do it. You all need to do something today, otherwise you can go to school.
Do something today.
Because I think he realized that during the workshop most of you were not doing anything.
I mean, we were listening. How's right?
What I upload the template that we have. How you copy the file over?
Do you manage to? Okay. So what do you manage to do? Apart from copy. Go and get bash for Windows. Oh, so you went and enable get bash for Windows. Okay.
You got new folder for critical feedback. It's anonymous, but it's not anonymous. Exactly, it's so weird. It's also anonymous to you, right?
We gotta upload everything from here. How to upload?
I'm sorry.
You still remember how to upload? You know how to upload?
Upload as in copy files.
Yeah, copy.
Secure
From
copy.
local directory to the server.
SCP.
SCP.
Yeah, go and look at the slides. It's in the slides.
I remember.
Recursive is if you are copying a folder.
Okay.
You take picture.
Come on, look at it. In this case, right, I want to copy. Then my own files, right, when I write it, I need to see like C drive.
It depends on which command line you're using. So how do you access this file? I don't know, like how you do that.
What do you mean?
So inside here.
Okay, no. Now we're at
Oh, so this is not on your local computer. Where is this directory?
it's my C drive.
Hi, that's the last one.
Am I supposed to?
Oh, so it's inside there.
Yeah, also I moved the file that I want to copy into this file.
Yeah, I also feel that way.
Oh, then this is my little file.
Okay, so what are you trying to copy?
I want to copy this file.
Oh, you're trying to post the website, is it? What is the website? Can I see?
Template.
Let's try to post this. I know just now I did it didn't work, but I know what's the problem already. You'll figure it out. Where is this? So it's inside.
Okay. Or I copy all this inside.
I think you copy it out
into the
easier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I create a folder here.
Yeah.
So this is just
So now what you do is
because the comment is super long one.
we're going to upload from this directory.
Now.
Everything. So we have /star.
Oh,
So all the files.
/star means just now we can see already, right? So now we are not connected to the server.
Yeah. No, you have to upload from here. Because you can't do it the other way.
No, because the one is at the server already, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you SCP from here.
so scary.
Everything.
Not /star means everything. -r means everything, right?
this directory slash everything.
Slash R is hyphen R is fine.
It's for the whole folder.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Copy.
For the special term, this is okay. I enjoy the paragraph. Wow, it's really
Yeah, so now this is on the server.
Change directory to upload.
Yeah, basically upload to the folder.
When we log in, right? It's at the group, right? Then Orbital is a folder inside. Oh, okay. Yes, because I created a folder here. So if I was to upload to there, right, then I can just change this to Orbital, slash.
Yes, you can do that.
So after I upload, then
you need to go and create a Docker container. Point it at this folder. Yeah.
I don't quite understand Docker though.
That's a great. So container Docker, you understand?
You try? Yeah, I see. As in, you just follow the slide, then you tell me what you want to see.
Come. I think hands-on easier.
Yeah, you all should do it yourself. Like, honestly speaking, I think if I explain, y'all won't understand one. So you need to try yourself. It's here. Come on, just change. Don't put the arrow.
Oh, that's easy. So just type.
If you put this, you'll get 403. So don't put this. I put this by mistake. Shouldn't be there.
RO.
Yeah, remove the arrow.
Oh, okay. Demo. Only demo, right?
That's just a name. You can put anything you want. Oh, container name. Don't use 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Use something else.
Oh, 1, 2, 4, 5.
Cannot. Don't put the arrow. No, you don't put the colon either.
Don't put colon.
Yeah, end at the HTML. Okay, use this. You miss one X.
Then minus D, NG, right?
Yeah.
Need space.
There's D. There's a space.
Correct.
You didn't SSH into the server.
I didn't.
You did SSH into the server.
Oh,
you are still local. What the shit? No, now you have to copy because this is on the server already. You use highlight and copy lah. You don't copy from out there. How do you copy? Press enter. Right click. Okay, done. So you got your container already. So now if you go to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nothing. You put the directory correct.
I think so. Correct. Correct. Yeah, why? Let me see. I think go list file C. Oh, it's not caps. Oh, you put. Oh, sorry, I never glasses. Yeah, you go do that.
Alright.
Why? How? Is it our auditor feel free? Let's try running again, huh?
Check PS out.
Oh, you hear it, yeah.
No, no,
I don't know, it doesn't even respond.
Check PS.
Check my PS.
The dot PS.
Oh, yeah.
See, is it active?
See whether you don't know.
Oh. PS is
Let's show you the summary.
no.
So is this one.
About a minute ago.
Alright, what? How come it doesn't do?
Is it 0.00? 0.0.0.0 to go to the place.
What would you do again?
No. You should. It's not just it goes to all the things. I also don't know.
Somewhere went wrong. Not sure where.
Well, you want to put the HTTP colon?
Yeah, let's try that.
I don't think it will do. I think it's.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because you also add in on right.
Normally you should do it myself.
You want to? This one works.
How it works, How come you win?
1, 2, 3, 4 is linked to the other file one.
Maybe you will try not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me so we remove that.
Okay, remove one.
You stop the computer first. Yeah, stop it. Then you remove.
So this removes the link.
So this will remove it. Remove the, no, it doesn't remove the link, it removes the entire component. Docker container store.
Oh, you were saying just now that every single terminal has like 64,000. Every single
65536.
So every single terminal has
Every single network interface.
network interface.
It's like you know you have your LAN port, and you have your Wi-Fi. Each one of these is one network interface.
For instance, if I have here, then better computer can use it.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see. Maybe we don't try that port. Do you even get this directory correct? Yeah, engine, HTML. Let's try.
338.
Word of truth.
Yeah, man.
You can already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is blocked for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. It's on my computer one is blocked, right?
I don't know. No. The server side is blocked. Yeah.
Oh, that server is 55,500.
So if you see from here, it should also work.
199.163.7.338.
Colon 338.
Stop colon.
Yeah, it was So you successfully hosted your first website.
Oh, it's not bad. Now we know how to it.
Is it real?
So the moment you buy, then the moment you like, for instance, you subscribe, right? How much you pay after the subscription?
This particular one is. It depends on which one you get. Okay, I'll show you.
So the moment you get, then you just get this folder. Then how you add in all your public code?
your pricing. Your font so big. Okay, depends on which one you get so you can choose for your original project, normally you just choose the minimum $5 per month. It's per month. It's 0.7 cents per hour about there. Very cheap one. But for today's one, cause I expected more of you to use it's still a few cents per hour.
Then you're just gonna close this.
Yeah, say it's close.
Then how do you like add in the public key or
Oh, actually I have a slide on it. But because you all were also blurred, so I didn't show. I didn't show the slide. Okay.
My slide.
No, you opened it here. If you go Digital Ocean, right, actually there's inside the management console you can find this.
It's inside
it looks like that. It's actually inside your user, right? You go to I think settings and you go security. Inside here will have all your SSH keys. But actually when you create a new droplet, that means you create a new server. Actually, it will ask you for all the SSH keys. There's one option there. It will ask you all the access keys.
You just upload a file, is it? Or
no, it's just a thing you open and you copy paste it.
Like, for instance, I open it up. I need to open up. So you just this, then I copy paste this file.
Yeah. Copy paste
all the way until. Doesn't include the Victor and Victor U or
no, everything.
Everything, including this.
Everything, all the way to the end, yeah. Do you manage to get it? Do you want to try? Okay. See you. How about you? What have you managed to achieve anything? What's going on?
Is it my fault?
Alright.
No, it's between like, for example,
No, it's because your private key is now stuck inside here, so you need to get it out.
Good tonight. Friday,
you say this.
I think I go me right now. Either my key problem or
Oh, I'm so pleased. I learned this. Managed to learn this.
That's how I measure it.
Also, 你们不要付进去 like WordPress。
我问你啊，所以Docker 就是 help us docker to one Docker help us to link 很像一个 folder 的东西 link in one point， 所以你在一 access 那个 part 就可以 access 那个 folder。
没有 Docker it's make a VM, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So if I would say I link it to a pod, then I access that pod, I can access the folder. 是这样讲。
Oh, it's not like that.
Okay, so it's like every Docker is a virtual machine.
Something like a virtual machine. Not really a virtual machine, but yeah.
Not really a virtual
machine. You can think of it as a virtual machine.
So I don't quite understand the concept of Docker and container.
Container is like a box that you install all your software inside.
Okay.
Basically, it has its own.
So the server space
technical explanation. It has its own users namespace. It has its own directory. Everything. This one has its own. Yeah. So it's like a computer running within another computer lah. But when you're using a VM, right, it actually will have the OS and everything you have to install on top. So there's a kernel, there's an OS, everything. Right? But when you're using Docker, it actually uses the same kernel. Yeah.
There's a difference between this and a VM.
Yeah.
It's more lightweight in that sense. That's why I'm using Docker. Actually, you can do all this with VM also. So if you want to do this with Vagrant, it's also pretty much the same concept. Yeah. So each container is just a different software. Sort of lah. Yeah, it's like one computer by itself in that sense. But when we do like this kind of like Docker, right? We call it Docker, right? We link it to a folder. So what does that mean? Okay, you see inside here, just now when you did the linking thing, right? Okay. I make this bigger. Use the presentation. You see, you link two things here actually. One of the things you link is the port. So this one basically says you want to link the host port 1234 to port 80 on the container. Okay. The other thing that you link is the directory. So basically you link from this directory on your host, whatever orbital's left side. And then you link it to this directory inside the container. So if let's say I go inside the container, is it on this computer? So if now I go inside the container, okay, so now we're inside the container. You see the whole one system.
You're not using Secure then.
You go inside here. See the files are actually white inside there. In fact, if you change it inside both, now basically these two directories, this one from inside the container, just now on the host, this folder, they are actually pointing to the same place now. So whatever you change inside here, this when you press when you go and check this direction, actually it's the same directory. Yeah. So basically, when you normally do this Nginx hosting, right, Nginx will always read the website. It tries to find index.html. It's always from this directory, the default directory now. You can configure other things, but this one is the default. So normally when you install Nginx, even if you install directly on the container itself, normally it will check this directory. So this one is within the container. So basically now what we did was we linked this directory from outside and then we link it to this one so that when Nginx, when you go and access this port, when you make a request, right, Nginx will respond by checking this directory, it pulls out index.html, and then it sends it. It responds using this file. Yeah, that's basically how it does. Now you need to know that it's not you go through the port and then from the port you go directly inside the directory. There is a piece of software that does this for you. Yeah, and this piece of software is called Nginx, which handles the index.html. Yes. It is the one. Or like when we send a request, so Nginx will direct this request towards the index.html. Sort of. In a way, yes. You're getting a clue. Nginx is a HTTP server, okay? There's actually another one. I can't remember what it's called. HTTP server. What is the name? Yes, the other one is called Apache. Oh, this is the Microsoft one, right? No, Apache is Microsoft something. Yeah, so the other one is called Apache HTTP server. Sometimes, I don't know if you ever see, sometimes when the website got error, they tell you what Apache got some error. Because they are using this one, yeah. So normally these two are the main ones, The main ones that they use, either Nginx or Apache. Nobody uses Microsoft. I don't even know what thing. I don't know. I never heard of that. Normally you use Nginx or Apache, yeah. Apache also has its own Docker container. So far, every time I deploy, I use Nginx, so that's my preference. So how we get the $5 one? You don't get further when you want to upload it, you get.
That's right, that's correct. You're still far from it.
For now, right, actually what you can do is you can just install Docker locally.
Docker locally.
Yeah. Actually you can do that.
How do you so it will become a local host /2000 kind of thing. Actually don't need, we can just run Meteor. Then Meteor will link it to our local host 3000. You can access it from here, kind of like local host.
Oh yeah, I know you can do that. I know you can do that.
So this one means that it links it to port 3000.
Yes.
It all makes sense. No, I understand. Oh, fucking stupid.
It's an image, right? Is it like
What image? The image, I don't know what's the extension. I never seen the file. It's not a file. It's like something that you pull from online. It's actually just some code. Yeah.
Using image, I was thinking, is it .iso?
No. It's not this image. I know what you're talking about, but it's not an ISO.
I think it's one.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Thank you, bro. One. Okay. It's not. Actually, always good. Hey, why you look at it?
Hey, you try the I don't know, one of these. Try one of the other examples.
Still got other examples.
Yeah, try the second example.
What's the second one? I thought we did this.
No, not this one. This one. Try this one.
This one is do what?
This is basically for you to build your own image. So let's say you write your server code already, right? Then you want to put it inside the box with all the dependencies. Right? So this one is basically for you to do that.
So for my case, like for our project, what does it do? Like this for server side. What's the custom page?
In the context of your project actually if you just use Meteor Up, it does all this for you. So you don't have to do it. But
what exactly does Meteor Up do for us?
Meteor Up, it will do everything. Like it will build a container. You'll link you'll set up these two containers. This one will be MongoDB, and you'll put your code up here. Then this one will be, I think, users Nginx to host, and also it installs Node.js and everything to run your backend. So you have all that inside one container. The other one is MongoDB. You will link the two together.
Oh, it's like linking our website to the database.
Yeah. So you will basically do all this for you, Basically all the three examples all in one.
MongoDB will also be installed inside the server. We need to install MongoDB.
No, you just pull it from the repository. Later, I will cover the repository, okay? I will show you all the repository.
Repository means
I will show it to you.
Repository is this library of all the available.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we go to Dashio, then we link to the server, then we do that thing. Huh? We link to the server, then after we install the repository inside the file, inside the database.
What do you mean? Can you say again?
Okay, so to do that, right, we need to log in to the server. Then we install using the repository.
Yeah, you put the image. No, Meteor Up, you can install it. You install it locally.
Why? Oh, so we don't install it.
Yeah. Meteor is local. It's not on the server.
As in Meteor is on server. It's on our own local.
Yes.
Meteor Up.
Hey, you just show me your Meteor project. I will show you how to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Is it too hopeless already?
No.
Meteor is a package, then you just add package.
Meteor Up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a package.
You add into
your Meteor project, yes.
Then it's easier to deploy.
The deploy will become one command.
Okay.
Oh, I got another question for you.
Okay, wait, if you want, you go ahead and see in a moment.
So for Meteor, right?
No, don't ask me Meteor now. I'm not going to deploy for you.
Yeah.
I'll answer your question later.
Okay, so can we go to? Oh, can I copy everything here inside the?
Go inside the Meteor direction.
This is the Meteor direction. We have to check the server right now. Yeah. For Strata, I just
everything inside. Copy that's your thing. Yours has a lot of files. It's not like you started a lot. Yeah. Why? No, I think Meteor by default because the entire bank and everything. Yeah, by default it has a lot of files in it.
Get my mind is like bash.
Oh, it's called one.
But bash can sound like.
But he's using MinGW. This is Gitbash, right? Yeah, this is Gitbash. Gitbash everything can. Yeah, Gitbash is. Okay, yeah, so it's just of C and O. Everything. No.
Image for every single.
So this is all your client server. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is the one. Let's try it. So this is what you get when you install the repository thing, is it? Oh, is that what the heck? So this one is installing from. I installed just now already. So you installed already? But it's installing again, is it? I don't know. Every time now I hate using NTM because it always takes just now. No, it's like 5 years old.
Okay, then you realize.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, separate it.
Okay.
Separate it.
So, need to create. No, I already have. That means we install inside of Python.
You still code it sometimes.
No, it's installed globally. That's why it meant like this.
You hot code it now.
Okay, so now we're inside .deploy, right? So you mark any. Something. Okay, so you see, it created 2 files now. So now you are going to run this program. You see this file now. So this file basically is going to be everything that you need to deploy. Oh, okay. So that's why they have the MongoDB name on there also. Yeah. Okay, you need to set your server settings. So this one is your server settings. Okay, then. 199.163.7. Then PEM, I think, is your private key. So we're not going to use this. We're not going to use the username because it's for password. Yeah, you need to put your private key file there. Okay. Yeah, nice. Where's the path? I need to create. You think I should demo this later? But I don't. The thing is, I don't have Meteor installed on my com. Like it's on my other com. So I need to create like a folder here inside deploy folder. Huh? No. Where's your private key? Where's your private key? Yeah. Okay. Just show me the direction. Okay, so this is your first key. So basically,
Oh, dot slash Victor. Okay.
You put it inside here. Put the direction. Why is there a dot?
Because you go up 2 times now.
No, I don't do that.
Oh, it's not how it works.
This is not how it works, man. What's the working direction?
Working direction.
I think you cannot put this one. You can't put this. So you need to go and figure out what this means.
Or rather, I just put it inside dot before I get on. I can copy my file inside that.
You
Can I? Then I copy inside.
You copy that.
Then I control.
Oh, wait. No. But you still need to figure out what that is. You still need to figure out what this means. I remember that when I tried this, the squiggly doesn't work inside here. You need to type the whole direction.
Can wait for other times.
Let me go and get my other computer.
If you shift right click, then you copy as something, you will find out.
Oh, serious? Oh, I just. Oh, this is the cheap.
I don't think anyone is in the mood to type but you go, maybe you go Google and see what's
So
the
I need to delete
of
the fun part first, right?
It's
double quote is okay, right?
Because Windows by default was, I think if you put like that only I think maybe it's like the dumb quotation.
Oh.
Maybe you go Google about what's the equivalent of the degree in Windows. Because Windows always like to do the things. Like new line Windows got /R and then Linux is only /N.
Yeah, this one. Windows. What's the curly in bracket means? Or go to user
This is the computer that I have video on.
Oh, it's this thing. Percentage home drive, percentage home. Wow. That's a very long
Because this one is like the parameters inside our environment.
We need to use this to, but we already specify as C drive.
It's like normally if people can hack into your home, you don't want to let people.
I don't think it's here.
Oh, you don't think?
I think that's the wrong one. Yeah, you have to type it in the Linux. Yeah. Let me show you my. I've done this configuration before.
But even if I go percentage.
Yes. Okay. This is mine.
Oh, that's very small.
I know it looks a lot shorter.
Wow. Look at all that small icons at the bottom.
Never wear glasses. Cannot see. I made bigger font.
Even I can see. I could wear glasses also can see.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
So you can just copy the whole thing, except change all these.
So the root file for here is on your C drive, or is it your user drive?
The root here is based on Bash for Windows. Like Bash for Windows has its own directory system. Yeah, I mean it can access Windows files. This is how you do it. Yeah. So I don't know. You have to go and figure out how to get this file.
Because that will only work if you have a bash inside. Because like that.
Yeah.
Only when you have bash in.
Yeah. And also the other thing is when you do this, if you have a password on your that file, it still works, but it's inconvenient. Like there's some additional things that you have to do. No, it won't even prompt you. It just won't work.
Oh, okay.
So the instructions for how to make it work is on the Meteor app, the Git. Yeah, you have to go and look at that.
So if it's just merely one slash, right, it is referring to where
the place where you install your mesh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it refers to.
Yeah, correct. But where is it?
Yeah. You complain that when I zoom out, I think it's small, and then yours is smaller than mine.
Yeah, it's just the bash directory lor.
Oh, just the bash directory.
Yeah, so this one is bash on Windows. You will need your one. You need to figure out. Your one you need to figure out how
I need to figure out where I install it.
Oh, why? You type a lot of things. It's not open a lot of things.
Then it's still a lot of things.
I like to have everything down here. I don't like to open. Okay then. Maybe this is my old com, so the new one's over there.
Okay. You use the right search inside the Git. You see the right line.
The best way to know is try it out, and you never even say your file.
Yeah. Okay, then what next?
Yeah, I think you just copy this one easier because it's
Copy,
shorter.
yeah.
I know that one they put a lot of extra things. Actually, you don't need it.
Okay. Platform name is
There's a comma. Yeah, it's a JSON, so there's a comma.
JSON instead of
No, but inside because you are specifying, you are specifying a JavaScript object.
I see. Then the path refers to our meteor file path, right?
It's the where your Mongo database is. So this is going to deploy your Meteor container. This one is all the specification for your Meteor container. And then this one is for your Mongo container. So it's the same, basically your Mongo container is going to be on server 1, which is that server. And it opens port 27,070. Then this one is basically saying the Meteor application itself opening on port 3103. And this one is actually my server. My server's IP.
The port will be 3103 also. I choose this one. Okay, easy.
No, you can choose anything you want.
I choose
Yeah.
100.
And also,
So much for.
you know we are way past lunchtime. It's actually 1:30 now.
Time is to go back.
He just say okay lah, anytime we want 2 o'clock. Actually, he said the scheduled time is 2 o'clock.
Oh,
let me check that. I actually don't know. I told them 1 PM. Actually, I think 2.
You told them 1 PM.
Is it 1 PM or is it 2 o'clock? I don't know.
Oh, they're inside already. I think better go inside already.
No. It's just most of them are outside here. Yeah.
That's why it's not good to keep them waiting.
I know there's a few of them inside already, but it's okay lah.
Sure.
If you have to have need and see the number, then you
So it's actually 2 o'clock.
Oh, 2 o'clock. Oh, okay.
You don't copy my IP. The IP is different.
But the Mongo, maybe I also don't have now. So
no, not this one. This IP, copy. This is my old IP address.
My one too. use that social sign.
Oh, okay.
Later on you can change.
Yeah, I need to do this one thing now. What's coming for? Oh, okay. Oh shit. Then my fault was what? 1, 2, 3, 3, 8, right? 3, 3, 8, yeah. Then our Mongo,
Visibility, incoming, get gone.
That one leave it as it.
leave it as it is.
Yeah.
Actually, no more. Like, no more.
The rest of it, you don't need all these Docker and
oh, there's a progress bar. True ah. Why? What does it do?
I don't know. I also never see before.
It actually not bad. It shows the progress bar while uploading.
Yeah, I didn't know there's a progress bar. Next time I try.
Your version older.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. Wait, I save. Not save.
Try you try map setup. So the command is map setup. Map setup actually nothing already.
Oh, wow. Username is required.
Username or you need username?
I need username.
Where's your
That's not about. Come on, you go to.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I thought we.
Okay. Unable to load the. Yeah, you cannot find your directory is wrong.
Oh, wait. Oh. Yeah, 1 slash. Wow, not bad.
Need to edit is open. Okay, keep calm. Yeah, I'm going to read now.
Wait.
Is it a slash is wrong slash?
Yeah, they should show you.
Yeah, they meant to show you the
How we
entire thing.
deploy.
Deploy. Oh. I think okay.
Yeah, can you go to the power?
It's like Victor.sh,
Wait, I
right?
don't know. Let's go here.
I know already. I think you change.
So I think they just reference because that file is not inside the .ssh is not inside the
Yeah, it's not inside.
Number of dots.
I don't know how many.
Let's try out that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so how do we go about editing?
Right now it should be setting up the containers on your
Now
server.
Database.
Remember when you success, happy you can see different colors come on.
Oh shit, my battery is dying.
GG.
Oh my god, I need to change computer. Do you all have adapter for
Adapter for
display
port?
display
Oh, display port for function. Inside. Yes, no, I know I have tissue inside.
Wow.
No, that's my